Srimad Bhagavatam ki
Jai.
Grada Deva Assembly.
Hare Krishna.
Shri Guru Shri Ram. These flowers are very beautiful, but they smell nothing. This is all like the materialistic life, so you can enjoy the beauty. This is just false. It's better than false flower, but I don't know. It is said in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, I think, that if you offer flower without scent to the deities, it's an offense. So it's offense us to offer plastic flower actually to offer this. The flower is famous for the smell, not for just the beauty. But we do as we can. So thank you very much to give me this opportunity to read Srimad Bhagavatam, the session of devotee, and please give me your mercy that something relevant can come out of my mouth and help to purify myself and to help us to advance in our devotion. So today we will read from Srimad Bhagavatam, 9th canto, chapter 13, and we read from verse 13 to the end of the chapter with the verse 27. Get ready for, do you have your pillow? The matlas?
Yes.
Everything is ready for sleeping?
Yes.
Let's do this.
Very good. You will hear a list of names, ecstatic.
Will you be a test at the end of the...
Yeah. You have to remember all the names. Yeah? I will not remember, so I will look the verse, and you have to remember. So please write it.
Can we also open our Bible?
No. Computer are forbidden. Close it. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayanam Namaskritam.
Narayanam Namaskritam.
Naram Shaiva Narottamam.
Naram Chaiva Narottamam.
Devim Sarasvatim Vyasa.
Devim Sarasvatim Vyasam.
Tato Jayam Udiraye.
Tato Jayam Udiraye.
Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu.
Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu.
Nityam Bhagavate Sevaya.
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya.
Bhagavati Uttama Shloke.
Bhagavati Uttama Shloke.
Bhakti Bhavati Naistiki.
Bhakti Bhavati Naistiki.
So I will read the first verse. You don't have to repeat. We will repeat together the 27. Janmana Jamaka Sobun. Mon maître, il faut que vous écoutiez un peu mieux mon maître.
Désolé.
No, it's pas grave. Because there is so many verses. So Janmana Janaka Sobun Vaideha Stuvidehaja Mitilo Matanna Jato Mitila Yena Nirmita. Translation. Because he was born in an unusual way, the son was called Janaka. And because he was born from the dead body of his father, he was known as Vaideha. Because he was born from the churning of his father's material body, he was known as Mithila. And because he constructed a city as King Mithila, the city was called Mithila. And many names. I will just read the English. O King Parikshit, from Mithila came a son named Udavasu. From Udavasu, Nandivardhana. From Nandivardhana, Suketu. And from Suketu, Devarata. 15. From Devarata came a son named Brihadrata. And from Brihadrata, a son named Mahavyaya, who became the father of Suriti. The son of Suriti was known as Drishtaketu, and from Drishtaketu came Aryashva. From Aryashva came a son named Maru. 16. The son of Maru was Pratipaka, and the son of Pratipaka was Kritarahata. From Kritarata came Devamida. From Devamida, Vishruta. And from Vishruta, Mahadriti. Verse 17. From Mahadriti was born a son named Kritirata. From Kritirata was born Maharoma. From Maharoma came a son named Svarnaroma. And from Svarnaroma came Rasvaroma. 18. From Rasvaroma came a son named Shiladvaja, also called Janaka. And when Shiladvaja was plowing a field, from the front of his plow, Shila, appeared a daughter named Sita Devi, who later became the wife of Lord Ramachandra. Thus he was known as Shiladvaja. So now we know where Sita Devi was born. 19. The son of Shiladvaja was Kushadvaja, and the son of Kushadvaja was King Dharmadvaja, who had two sons, namely Kritadvaja and Mitadvaja. 2021. O Maharaj Parikshit, the son of Kritadvaja was Keshidvaja, and the son of Mitadvaja was Kandikya. The son of Kritadvaja was expert in spiritual knowledge, and the son of Mitadvaja was expert in Vedic ritualistic ceremonies. Kandikya fled in fear of Keshidvaja. The son of Keshidvaja was Banuman, and the son of Banuman was Shatadyumna. 22. The son of Shatadyumna was named Shuchi. From Shuchi, Sanadvaja was born, and from Sanadvaja came a son named Ojaketu. The son of Ojaketu was Aja, and the son of Aja was Pulujit. The son of Pulujit was Adishtanemi, and his son was Shrutayu. Shrutayu begot a son named Shupashvaka, and Shupashvaka begot Shilarata. The son of Shilarata was Kshemadi, who became the king of Mithila. 24. The son of Shemadi was Samarata, and his son was Satyarata. Jai Shri Shri Nitai Satsudha Ki Jai Shri Dada Subhadra Ki Jai Shri Shri Dada Parishidvara Ki Jai. Just, I'm looking, you are not sleeping. Okay. Me, I'm not far from sleeping. The son of Satya Datta was Upaguru, and the son of Upaguru was Upagupta, a partial expansion of the fire god. Don't worry, only 2 verses. The son of Upagupta was Vasvananta. The son of Vasvananta was Yuyuda. The son of Yuyuda was Subhashana. And the son of Subhashana was Shruta. The son of Shruta was Jaya. From one there came Vijay. The son of Vijay was Lita. 26. The son of Lita was Shunaka. The son of Shunaka was Vita Avya. The son of Vita Avya was Dliti. And the son of Dliti was Bahulashva. The son of Bahulashva was Kriti, and his son was Mahavashi. Shukadev Goswami. Okay, we read this one, 27. Now you can wake up. Etevai Matila Rajan. Atma Vidya Vicharadha. Yogeshvara Prasadena. Dhambe Mukta Griyeshvapi. Etevai Metila Rajan. Atma Vidya Vicharadha. Yogeshvara Prasadena. Dhambe Mukta Griyeshvapi. Etevai Metila Rajan. Atma Vidya Vicharadha. Yogeshvara Prasadena. Dhambe Mukta Griyeshvapi. À vous.
Etevai Matila Rajan. Atma Vidya Visharada. Yogeshvara Prasadena. Dhambe Mukta Griyeshvapi.
Etevai Matila Rajan. Atma Vidya Visharada. Yogeshvara Prasadena. Dhambe Mukta Griyeshvapi.
Etevai Matila Rajan. Atma Vidya Visharada. Yogeshvara Prasadena. Dhambe Mukta Griyeshvapi.
Mataji? Yogeshvara Prasadena. Translation word for word. Ete, all of them. By, indeed. Mithila, the descendant of Mithila. Rajan, O king. Atma Vidya Vicharada, expert in spiritual knowledge. Yogeshvara Prasadena, by the grace of Yogeshvara, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, Dhambe Mukta, they were all free from the duality of the material world. Griyeshu happy, even through staying at home.
Even though staying at home.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki
Jai!
Shukadev Goswami said, My dear King Parikshit, all the kings of the dynasty of Mithila were completely in knowledge of their spiritual identity. Therefore, even through staying at home, they were liberated from the duality of material existence. So now you know why there is all this list. All these persons we heard, they are Jiva Mukta, they are liberated. So we should hear the name and remember the name. This is why you will have this evaluation at the end of the class. So purport. This material world is called Dvaita or duality. The Chaitanya Chaitamrita says Dvaite Badra Hadra Jnana. Sorry. Wait, maybe you can read with Bengali accent, it will be better. You want to read it?
দ্বৈতে ভদ্রাভদ্র জ্ঞান সব মন ধর্ম এই ভালো এই মন্দ এই সবই ভ্রম.
Thank you. In the world of duality, that is to say, in the material world, so-called goodness and badness are both the same. Therefore, in this world, to distinguish between good and bad, happiness and distress is meaningless, because they are both mental concoction, mana dharma. Because everything here is miserable and troublesome, to create an artificial situation and pretend it to be full of happiness is simply illusion. The liberated person, being above the influence of the three modes of material nature, is unaffected by such duality in all circumstances. He remains Krishna conscious by tolerating so-called happiness and distress. It is also confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 2.14. Matra spasha tu kunteya shitoshna sukha dukkada agama paino nityastam titikshaza bharata. O son of Kunti, the non-permanent happiness of happiness and distress and their disappearance is due course are like the appearance and disappearance of winter and summer season. They arise from sense perception, ocean of Bharata, and one must learn to tolerate them without being disturbed. Those who are liberated, being on the transcendental platform of rendering service to the Lord, do not care about so-called happiness and distress. They know that these are like changing seasons, which are perceivable by contact with the material body. Happiness and distress come and go. Therefore, a pandit, a learned man, is not concerned with them. As it is said, Gatasun agatasum cha nanu cho chanti pandita. The body is dead from the very beginning because it is a lump of matter. It has no feeling of happiness and distress. Because the soul within the body is in the bodily concept of life, it suffers happiness and distress. But these come and go. It is understood herewith that the king born in the dynasty of Mithila were all liberated persons, unaffected by the so-called happiness and distress of this world. Thus end of the Bhaktivedanta purport of the 9th canto, 13th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled The Dynasty of Maharaj Nimi. Class finish. Christopher, what's the name of Om Haganachinandasya Ganandhara Sharakya Shakshurmitavina Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhisham Stapitam Yena Bhutale Sayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Svapadantikam Andeyam Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavancha Shri Rupam Sagarajatam Sagana Raghunatan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Varishtana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Lalita Shri Shakam Vitam Sham He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kamsana Gorangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanusudevi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasha Kripa Sindhubhya Evasha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So, Eteva Metila Rajan Atma Vidya Vicharadha Yogeshvara Prasadena Dvandva Mukta Viyesh Ati. Shukadev Goswami said, My dear King Parikshit, all the kings of the dynasty of Mithila were completely in knowledge of their spiritual identity. Therefore, even through staying at home, they were liberated from the duality of material existence. So, in this verse and this purport, we it's explained the difference between the state to be identified to the body and to be in this duality of material existence, and the state of being free from the duality, totally free of the identification with the body. And I think it's very interesting in this chapter to speak about this identification with the body, because from the beginning he's speaking about this identification with the body. Maharaj Nimi, so he can't curse his spiritual master Vashishta, and this is he cursed him. So Vashishta cursed him to be killed, to be dead, and Maharaj Nimi counter curse by the same. He said, so you will be dead also. And after we see that Maharaj Nimi, when he was proposed to get a new body, he didn't accept this body. And this is we can understand that he was free of false ego, because he didn't want anymore to identify himself with the body and with the pleasure of the senses, and this is a state of liberation. And we see that after this body was used for all this dynasty, this how Mithila came, and after all the descendants from Mithila came, and all of them was liberated. So there is different level of consciousness who are described in the Shastra, and Prabhupada mentions them in the Bhagavad Gita. This is 5 levels of consciousness. It's starting by what we call Anamaya, and this is the lowest level of consciousness, and usually normal people, not Jiva Mukta people or people who are liberated, when you are a baby you have this consciousness. Everything that you see you bring to the mouth, and this is the identification. I am this mouth, I am my stomach, I am this tongue. So if we stay in this level of consciousness, is the the lowest. There is even if you eat every day prashadam, but you are in this level of consciousness, it's not spirituality. Prashadam is very powerful, but you have to be taken with the right consciousness also. So we have to rise beyond this identification, just thinking about what I will eat, what pleasure I will take by taking prashadam, and we should rise higher. So the next level of consciousness is called pranamaya. And this pranamaya is you understand that you are a living entity and you don't want to be killed. You protect your life. This is pranamaya. And this level of consciousness is still identification to the body and to the contact between the soul and the body. And the next one is called manamaya, or manomaya. Manomaya is identification to the mind. Whatever I think is the absolute truth. You cannot correct me. Whatever I think, I'm true. When a devotee will come to say to you something, no, this is not like this. This is manomaya. When you react like this, you are still in material consciousness. It's not spiritual. These three levels of consciousness, they are material. So if we don't rise to the level to accept an instruction or a counsel from someone, you are in the level of material existence. You didn't even start your spiritual life actually. So this is a free material level of consciousness before starting spiritual life. And the next level of consciousness is called Vigyan Maya. And this is identification to I'm not the body. You understand that you are not the body. Sankhya Yoga, difference between body and soul. You realize by the duality of material existence, you realize this verse that Prabhupada caught in the purport, Matras, Pashas, Tukunteya. So the duality of material existence. Now it's really cold outside, this is winter, and before was warmer, so this alternance between cold, warm, and good and bad, and this always giving tube to some trouble to the mind. So this is, you realize that you are not this, because you realize that you want to be happy. So if you want to be happy, that you have a concept of happiness, not this suffering of material existence. And you realize and you reject the identification to the body and the mind. And this is, we can say, the first level of consciousness of spiritual life. And in this level of consciousness, you can start to surrender. You can start to take advice from others, because you don't act with the body and mind, you act with intelligence. And intelligence will act before your mind and body start to speak. So this is why we should study, we should read books, and we should understand the philosophy, not just feel really nice in the temple to see the deities and take prasadam. This is the beginning. Now we should understand why I feel good, why Lord is full of happiness, why I'm suffering in this material nature, and how I can rise beyond it. So we have to rise to at least to Vigyan Maya. And the last level of consciousness is Ananda Maya. And this level of full happiness, this is the level of Krishna consciousness. This is the level where you surrender to the super soul and you serve the super soul. And by serving super soul, you get the same attribute than the super soul, to be Satchid Ananda, Vigraha. So Ananda is there. So this process of, because we are in the movement of Krishna consciousness, we are not a movement of religiosity, or no, we speak about consciousness. So we should not be just ritualistic devotee who come and ask to the Lord to fulfill my desire, to make that I have a big house, that I have a lot of money, a beautiful wife, and I don't know what can we have more. So this is not the goal. This is not the goal of our movement. Otherwise, Prabhupada would not call this movement Krishna consciousness. He will call it, I don't know, Hindu movement of Krishna, or I don't know, something like this. So, and before you rise to the Krishna consciousness, because you are in duality, you always accept and reject whatever coming. And you are suffering because of this. So, in this pastime, it's interesting to understand why the Acharya are saying that Maharaj Nimi is a Jiva Mukta, is a liberated soul. Because it looked like he is acting against his guru, he don't accept the mercy of the guru to kill him. So he's not surrender to his guru. So how we can understand that he is beyond material existence, he is a liberated soul. So I want your advice and your understanding. Why is a liberated soul? Tamatanu, I know you know it because we are speaking this with Igatashu yesterday.
Yes.
So don't give the answer to the other.
Okay, I'll be more.
Yeah, please. So why Maharaj Nimi is considered a liberated soul by the Acharya, even if his action is not like a liberated soul? Please.
Well, one consideration could be that he is in a family of liberated souls, meaning that Sita Devi and Ramachandra in the family, King Janaka, and according to in Prahlad and Nrsimha Lila, it is said that when there is a liberated soul in the family, then 7 generations in the past, 7 generations in the future, in general, 21 generations are liberated as well.
Yeah, this is a good answer, but we see that this is a generation after. So yes, we can understand by this conclusion that he is liberated, because all of them are liberated after. There is other explanation also. So one of the explanation from the Acharya is that actually he is not countercarrying the curse of Vasishta for punishing him, but is countercarrying because he have higher realization of spiritual life, he is more advanced, and his counter curse is a blessing for his guru. Actually, he was more advanced than his guru. We saw it in the class before. So when he counter curse, is not because of ego, of I want to because I'm angry. No, it's because he wants to protect his guru from the offense that he made of killing him. And actually there is a proof that he is not acting on the platform of Hankara. It's because when they propose him, the demigod propose him to have a new body, he don't accept it. So if he was angry because his guru killed him, he would accept the body, but he didn't accept. So this is a proof that it was not on platform of Ahankara. This is we can understand from this that it's true that he is not in the material concept of life. Otherwise, he will not he will accept a new body if he was angry with his guru. So this is one proof of this.
On the other side, Bushishta came later on to Brahma and he begged for a body. Then Brahma told him, okay, by the semen of the Varun and Mitra, you will get born. You got shelter of this.
Mm.
So he is interested to get a body.
Yeah, so he's less advanced. So the curse didn't work. We see in the Shastra that the curse of the guru or a spiritual advanced person is a mercy. We see it in the pastime of Narada Muni cursing Manigirvara. What's the name? Nalakuvara. Yeah. When he cursed them, they got the mercy to take birth as Arjuna tree in the garden of Nanda Maharaj, and after they was killed by Krishna. So even it's a mercy from a spiritual, powerful people, a person like this. So this is, we can, on all this pastime, and actually all this chapter is teaching us about the difference between power and purity. We see that this, when you get power, you can very quickly lose the purity.
Mm-hmm.
And we see it with Ambarish and Durvasa Muni. And after that, we see what is a pure, powerful person with Ramachandra, the perfect king.
Mm.
But we see that every time you get a power, there is danger for identifying to the body and start to use the power and lose the purity. So all this movement is to help us to develop purity, not power, not to be the GBC or the temple president. Or this can be used as a service, but never as a position. And all these pastimes, they help us to see this danger of the power, and that it's better to be a humble servant like Maharaj Nimi, and to always be disciple. And there is one pastime connected to, we can connect with this pastime with Jiva Goswami and Rupa Goswami, who show the importance to never try to go beyond the Guru. It's in a place called Nandagat in Vrindavan, and one day, so Jiva Goswami was finding his spiritual master Rupa Goswami, and at one point there is one senior devotee who came to this place, and he started to speak with Rupa Goswami about the Mangacharam of the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, and he said him that there was some fault in his Mangalacharam, so the prayer of the beginning of the book. And so Jiva Goswami was very angry with Vallabha Bhatta, and he started, because he wanted to defend his spiritual master. How someone can criticize his spiritual master, and became so angry with him. So after he didn't answer directly, but they went to the Yamuna, and Jiva Goswami followed and walked with Vallabha Bhatta, and he started to speak to him and prove that there was a fault in his correction of Rupa Goswami. And so Valabhata was very impressed by the knowledge and the realization of Jiva Goswami. And after that, when they came back to Rupa Goswami, Valabhata started to explain to Rupa Goswami what happened with Jiva Goswami. And at this point, Rupa Goswami was very angry with Jiva Goswami. And he said, now you cannot come back to Vrindavan. You are banished of Vrindavan because you correct a senior devotee. He is like my guru, and we don't care to be right or wrong. So Rupa Goswami shows the example of what a perfect Vaishnava. He don't care to be blasphemed or to be glorified. Is the same for him. So he said to Jiva Goswami, now you don't come back to Vrindavan, you stay out of Vrindavan and you do austerities. And so Jiva Goswami stayed for a long time in this place of Nandagat, and he was eating only fruits and he was not sleeping. He was always absorbed in his transcendental meditation. And one day Sanatana Goswami came to this place and he saw Jiva Goswami was like I don't know, very thin. He was emaciated by his austerity. He was on the dash, was close to die, we can say. But he was very ecstatic because of his transcendental knowledge and his ecstasy in relation with Krishna. And Sanatana Goswami was very afraid, and he brought back after Jiva Goswami to Rupa Goswami. And Rupa Goswami was very happy with Jiva Goswami because he just accepted the curse. And he said, never correct someone who is more senior than me. Even if it's true, you accept it. So this is Vaishnava etiquette. A senior devotee should be accepted, and we should never counteract. If we are pure Vaishnava, we try, but we are not pure. Sometimes we become angry because we think that we know better, or because sometimes it's true, we know better. But Rupa Goswami teach this by this story that we should never curse someone who is senior. This is one example of Vaishnava etiquette. And this pastime shows us that Maharaj Nimi, he cursed, but not in a consciousness to do bad for Vasishta. So it's not, he cursed him for blessing him. So this is all this pastime. Okay, it's done already. There was so many names. Just to finish, I want to share one pastime of Sankirtan of yesterday. Yesterday I was distributing books in Osman, and I tried to distribute a Bhagavad Gita to a psychologist at one point. And I explained him that this book explains beyond what psychology gives us usually, because psychology is on the mental platform of good and bad. And in the purport, Prabhupada explained that all this is mental concoction and it's all bad actually. Even if you think you are good, you are bad, because this is mental concoction. So it's just identification with the mind, it's an illusion. So I explained him, and he was very nice. He said, yeah, it's very nice, very nice. So at the end, he didn't took the book because I didn't add the terminal for paying the book. But just after, I met another one, and this one was very crazy. He was, comment on dit, psychanalyste.
A psychopath.
Well, psychopath is very serious.
Non,
Psychiatric doctor.
Qu'est-ce que tu veux dire?
Les psychanalystes, ceux qui font de la psychanalyse, c'est pas des psychologues, des psychanalystes.
psychoanalyst.
Oh, it was a patient of the psychologist.
No, he was a professional.
Oh, he was a professional.
Psychiatric doctor.
No, these people who try to help you to find the cause of your problem from your
This is it.
from your disease.
Counsel.
Hmm?
Psychological counsel.
Maybe we can call it like this. But it was very very strange. Actually, I could see that he was a man, but he was dressed as a woman.
Oh,
And he was identifying himself like a profession, someone who can help others to become free of their disease. And he was identifying himself with a woman, and he was doing very nicely. Actually, you can really think that he was a woman. If you don't look this part, you could see he was a woman. He was perfect. Really, but he was not. Sorry, my consciousness is not so good, so I look this part. So I'm not a good devotee, sorry, I'm not a good brahmachari. But I want to know if he was a woman or a man. And he explained me that he was helping people to become free of their disease and to become free of all this ego, and but he was totally in the duality of identifying himself with the body and rejecting his body of man for accepting a body of a woman. So I was, oh my god, this is the level of our professionals, the professionnels de santé, comment on dit?
Did that person take it?
Doctor.
no.
This is the people who try to help us. This is what they are nowadays. And she was very nice.
Did
So-
that person take a book?
She didn't do,
Oh,
and but yeah,
next.
I think she. At one point, I was a little bit worried that she was attracted by me, and so I tried to stop the conversation because it became a little bit too much at one point.
This was good to have Harinam party around you that can throw kartadas or Manga, just in case.
So we have to understand the difference between Purusha and Prakriti, understand that we are all Prakriti, we are not man or woman. we
Yeah,
are,
that's why she dressed like this. She
Yeah.
understood.
Yeah, she understood. She's a Prakriti, like the Prakrita Sajja in
That's what-
Radhakund. So she was the gopi of Paris that I met yesterday.
Magician. She's the Gopi magician.
wow.
So I will stop here if you have some
Dr. raised
questions.
hand.
Yeah, please.
Just to brighten up your day. I met one of your clients yesterday.
Clients.
Customers.
Customer.
Yeah, customers. He bought a Bhagavad Gita from you
Huh?
Okay.
that very day yesterday.
Mm.
And he told me he was very happy to have met you. And he read the Bhagavad Gita in the metro. And one Indian lady came up to him and she was so proud of seeing him read the Bhagavad Gita.
Wow.
He told me that.
Wow.
Yeah, so he was really fired up and enthusiastic about meeting you and got the Bhagavad Gita.
Mm.
So if you had a terrible day, I just want to say that you brightened up someone's day.
It helped me to understand that I should not identify myself to a gopi or to. It was a really good day actually. To not become a Prakriti Sajja was really nice.
So just now, like we said that the liberated person will not identify himself with his materialistic identity like this body. So then it means that we can accept, like for example, like then why we like think like for example someone say that like for example you are a man, you should do this way, you are a woman, you should do this way. Because yes, okay, sure, we have this body and we should do this way, but that's not the whole understanding. That you understand that you
Yeah.
are performing in this body, but that's not the complete truth.
Yes, sure. This is really important to understand this. We are on the platform of Vedi Sadhana Bhakti, where we use everything for serving the Lord. And we are, the thing that we identify the most is the body. So we are trying to use the body to serve the Lord. And the Lord gave us instruction how to use the body and how to use by following what Vigatachu was explaining yesterday, the system of Varnashram Dharma, where it helps us to come to the level of Jiva Mukta. Actually. If you follow rightly all these rules concerning the body, how using this body in the service of the Lord, you can rise from Nityabada, person who is eternally conditioned, to the level of Jiva Mukta, a person liberated even in his body. And this is why we follow this. This is why we worship the deities. This is why we offer our food. This is why we are living in a temple now. This is why we are dressing with a dhoti or all this. This is all some rule who help us to rise from this consciousness of identifying with the body to the consciousness I'm not the body, I'm Krishna's servant. So it's important because if you reject it, it's the same as accepting it actually. Understand?
Yeah.
This is the two sides of the same coin, Prabhupada used to say. Accepting, rejecting is Manomaya, is the platform of the mind. So if I think now I'm not this body, I am a gopi, I'm a girl, I will be on the platform of the mind of rejecting my body. And this body is not mine actually, it's Krishna's body, he gave me. So it's not belonging to me. He gave me for giving shelter to my soul. And if I don't accept it, I don't accept what Krishna gave. So I not accept also Krishna as the supreme authority. So to reject the body is the same as accepting and identifying with the body. So the system of Varnashram Dharma is a process to accept the body to become free of the identification of the body. But even if you are a Jiva Mukta, you have to act according to this rule. And this is what we call Acharya, or there is a verse in Bhagavad Gita, Yad Yad Acharati Cheshta Tat Tat Evitalo Jan. I don't remember the hand. Thank you, Pandit. So this verse explains that even the great soul, they follow all these rules. But they don't follow to become free, they follow to show the example. Prabhupada, he don't have to follow all the rules, but he did it even until the end of his life. He did it not for him, but for us, to show us the example. So it means that at any stage of life, Jiva Mukta or Nityabada, you need to follow this rule. But the consciousness will be different. The beginning is to become free of your entanglement in the body, but when you are free, you will do it to show example to others. But this is the same, you follow the same rules.
Okay. Just now with the same question this was coming, like yesterday I was watching one of the videos of Srila Prabhupada, and when he was talking about women, and in the very first it was like mentioned that he mentioned like, okay, so women are like needs to be protected and they are not independent and stuff like that. because just now in the class today we learned that you shouldn't try to, it's against the version of etiquettes to correct who's senior. Like, so for example, you should just like, as it is, accept it, whether, even if you don't completely believe in it, like for example, like, just because Srila Prabhupada said that women like these, like they should get married, they need protection, they are not independent also.
Yeah.
So like, you just accept it just because Srila Prabhupada is saying.
No, that is the truth.
No, you should understand why. You should understand, and this is Samanta Abideya Prayojana. You should understand why he said this, and you should experiment in your life.
Again, it's bringing you on the same question that you are identifying someone with their body.
Yeah.
Like, it's like the same circle.
Yeah, you identify to the body to understand who you are and why this rule have to be followed. And when you understand, you become free of the body. And when you become free of the body, you still identify, you still follow the rule, but not to become free, but to show example. And this is how it's working. You have to accept, actually, the thing is that you have to accept the knowledge and verify it. This is why it's not a dogmatic movement. A dogmatic movement will be you accept and you don't have to understand, you don't have to try it. You just accept. We say you are servant of Krishna and you don't try it, you just accept. And if you don't accept, you are banished of the community. Okay? This is not good. Prabhupada always glorify the person and say that the doubt and the questioning, try to understand, is very important. Because if you just accept it, you are on Manomaya, identifying with the mind. You are still not in spiritual life. You are not in Vidya Maya, understanding. So you have to understand. And when you understand, it becomes so much easier to accept it after. Because it will not be an effort of the mind, will come from the understanding. So this is why we should really understand and verify it. This is all this movement. And this is why Krishna say in the 9th chapter, Raja Vidya Jaguyam Pravitam Idam Uttamam Pratyaksha Vargamam Dharmam Susukam Kartum Abhyayam. He said this knowledge is very secret, but it comes from a realization. And when you have the realization, you become susukam, very happy. So all this have to be read, tested, and realized. And when after there is no problem to identifying that I'm a man or woman. It's no problem because you understood. You understood why a man should act like this, when a woman should act like this, and it becomes really easier. I don't know if it's answer to your question. But it is not so easy because of Ahamkara. And not just for women, not just men also, we have our trouble. This is, we all pass through trouble, they are at different level. And we should not think that just the women are put in difficulty by this statement of Prabhupada. A man passed through so many trouble to think that he is a Purusha. Women have less maybe this idea I'm the Purusha, but the test of the man is not to be submissive, like to accept that he have to be protected or things like this, is to not think I am the Purusha, I am the controller. This is the difficulty for a man. After a few years in Krishna consciousness, I see that women who are following and being submissive and serving, it's for them is much easier to be servant than for a man. It's much easier. You have this nature to serve, but men don't have this nature to serve. You have the nature to be the master, and usually men in Krishna consciousness, they want to have a position or to, in the mind, it's always turning this, oh, I want to be the temple president, I want to be the head pujari, I want to. And after, when you get it, after a few years, you become free of it. But at the beginning, you have to be there. You have to be there and you struggle with this. And after, when you accept it, you just want to share Krishna consciousness with others. You don't care for any position. So this is men. Women have other tests. And I see that women, when they are serving, they are so happy, actually. And we can see it's very easy for Mataji to be happy by serving. The man is not so like this. Usually it's more difficult. These are struggles.
Hari Hari.
Anything else?
If I may,
Please.
you sit on the Vyasa.
No, I'm happy to hear from you.
Yeah, okay. Because you see, the men, the souls born in men's body have to play a double game. They have to be prakriti, submissive towards the spiritual master, but they have to play the role as purusha towards the wife.
Mm.
But the woman can play the role of prakriti all the time, every time, always. They can always play this
Except for
role.
the children.
Yeah, but the men, they need to take this false position of Purusha in the family, to lead the family, to provide for the family, and to be the example for the family, to lead the family, teach them values and the spiritual, be the spiritual master in the household. And the woman don't need to do that. At least for the child, she, according to, Chandogya Upanishad, that the mother is the first guru of the child. Yes. She will always be a guru to the children, especially in the first 5 years. Then she will be the first guru. But the father has this heavy responsibility of being an example for the whole family. If the father wants the children to be happy and peaceful and wants the wife to be sweet and nice, he has to show those qualities first before she does. Or else he will speak from false ego, oh, I'm the husband and you're supposed to be submissive to me. This is the false ego platform. Then he speaks from the false ego. But whatever qualities he wants his family to have, he must show them first. So, but the woman don't need to do that. She always need to think about submissiveness and serve. But the man, he must do both. But he must be prakriti towards the spiritual master, as Prabhupada said. The woman should be 100% loyal to the husband, but the husband must be 1000% loyal to the spiritual master in Krishna consciousness. So these roles are there, these rules and regulations are there, but they work. They do. We should not identify with the body, but these rules and regulations, these varnashram is there to us to be placed in sattva guna, to satisfy the mind. That is what the sattva guna is doing, and it just works. It just does, and anyone who has stepped into a specific ashram, whether it is brahmacharya ashram or grihastha ashram, and practice that ashram well and properly, they will see the result. They will say, yeah, it works. And for women also, when they enter into marriage life, it just works. They become peaceful. I heard a Maharaj who speaking about a Mataji. She was through her third divorce. And she was always like this, no, chastity to husband, what is that? Forget it. But then after the third divorce, she was like, maybe that's a good idea. and then so she got married again and it worked out. So it just works. Yeah, sorry. You sit on the gas or
No, it's really
Yeah,
nice.
I just want to share one line here. Like when Prabhupada told something, even if he tells totally the reverse in two lecture, we have to understand. We do not take it like this. Okay, he is our senior. Maybe he did some mistake. Never. It was depending on the situation or depending on the context. Both are true, depending on the situation, time, place. From which angle we are seeing, that's the point. Like if we read Srila Prabhupada letters, he gave the totally two different decision for two different people for the same subject matter. In some cases, he told you should get married. In some cases, he told you should never get married. So it depends according to time, place, and circumstances. That doesn't mean acharyas are wrong. They are always true. Srila Prabhupada is always true. So if we think, okay, no, Srila Prabhupada is our senior, maybe he told this, maybe something mystical, we should avoid this, like Nimi Maharaj, Vasishtha. It's not the case. That's why we always have to take shelter of the followers of Srila Prabhupada, who knows Srila Prabhupada exactly. And then we are safe. Otherwise, there will be only confusion.
Yes.
Just one last thing, yeah. We have Prabhupada's general instructions to everyone. And then we have specific instructions to individuals. So the general instructions is women should get married. That's a general instruction. Then if he gives a specific to someone, okay? But that's the general instruction. Both in Prabhupada's books and his letters, classes, women should get married. Men should also get married unless they can stay brahmachari, if they have the adhikar for it. And as we know, if they're Shudra, Vaishya, Kshatriya, they should get married. Brahmanas, they can choose. Because Brahmanas, they are so detached that they can get married just for the rasa. Brahmanas may like the rasa with the wife, the exchanges. But Shudra, Vaishya, Kshatriya, they must get married. Because they don't have this intellectual strength. They need the support of the wife. So that is there. Okay, enough from here.
Okay, maybe we'll stop here.
Yeah.
We'll pass all the day.
Yeah.
Jai Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai.
Gratulerer Srimad Bhagavatam ki
Jai.
Toute gloire aux dévots assemblés.
Hare Krishna.
Chacun dans le diète.
His best Dayal Prabhu ki. And one thing I always realized, this type of context and this type of fighting will go on until the last moment of ISKCON.
Yeah. It's the favorite topic of Holy ISKCON. Everyone loves this topic.
And both party are correct.